There was a stage in my life where I was required to be the provider to my daughters who were very young. And so it was almost like starting from scratch, that too in the early 40s. In our Indian context, it's growing up. We are never taught the importance
Correct.
of finance. Okay, in the girls, I had no other choice but to go into it. Pushed, wherein I start taking decisions on my own, and finance was like really very important.
So welcome to my YouTube channel once again. Myself Anjali Tari, goal planner. Once again we are going to meet a real charisma in her real life, Dr. Lekha Shetty. So Dr. Lekha Shetty is a practicing homeopathic doctor since the last 25 years and offers services for counseling. She is the founder of the Healing Tree clinic space dedicated to holistic healing of body, mind and spirit. Having practiced as a homeopathic doctor in the beginning of her career in Singapore, she returned to fuel her interest in psychology by further studying counseling. She was shortlisted as the best student at Tata Institute of Social Sciences, a real good accolade. Besides conducting individual therapy sessions, she conducts various workshops, group sessions, thus having found her calling as a mentor and a mental health facilitator for young adults and women. She motivates them to bring positive life-altering changes by developing realistic goals and life plans. Hello, Dr. Lekha.
Hello.
Hi. So, being a family counselor, a doctor since last 25 years, you have been meeting people day in, day out, taking care of their daily needs, right? So, what do you think? Just as you have been taking care of their health, do you think financial well-being plays a role in everyone's life?
Absolutely. I mean, when you said the word well-being, that itself, being a doctor, I understand it more. So when I'm emphasizing the importance of physical well-being, mental well-being, so then financial well-being, I feel also is a very crucial role to play. So when I'm advising it to others, it's all the more important that I do it for myself. So I think financial well-being is really, really important.
Dr. Lekha, tell me, was there any such situation or setback or any personal experience wherein you thought of that my financial well-being is in my hand, as well as not only yours, your daughters? Can you share your experience about that?
So what I would say is that my financial journey, so to say, it started not long ago, just probably around 7 or 8 years. That's in my early 40s, you can say. So what I would also want to add here is that in our Indian context, it's growing up, we are never taught the importance of finance, okay, in the girls especially. And I have grown in a family with two elder brothers. So it was very clearly divided. So my brothers would be sent for the bank chores to be done, but never me. So then I never realized the importance of finance up to a very late age.
Okay.
But then, so there was a setback in life. There was a phase in my life wherein I felt the need, where I was, you can say, so to say, was pushed, wherein I start taking decisions on my own, and finance was like really very important. There was a stage in my life where I was required to be the provider to my daughters who were very young. And so it was almost like starting from scratch, that too in the early 40s. So that was like a big challenge, and I think that's when it started. My financial journey, so to say, started then. Otherwise, being a science student, I've never known even simple concepts like what is a tax, what is capital tax, nothing of that sort. So I think the real importance of it really started just 8 to 10 years ago, not before that.
When you thought of in your early 40s, just as you said, now it was a time for you to come rather than the back seat, in the front seat, to take care of the finances. So at that point of time, like as you said, you had been a provider for your daughters. So the financial planning, what we generally say, like for education planning, for marriage planning, or the retirement planning, all these three goals which were standing right in front of you in the coming 20 years, right? So were you hesitant about it, that how I should go or what I should do, how much amount I should invest?
To answer that question very honestly, At that point of time, none of those were my concerns. My only concern at that time was because I was not that developed or established in my career because of the breaks that you have, because I was moving countries, then I had a break because of my kids' birth and all that. So that's how typically a woman's life trajectory is. So that was how it was for me also. So I was not even earning that much at that point of time. So as you say, Majboori ka naam Mahatma Gandhi. I was pushed into it. At that moment, the education was the only criteria for me. That was what was like, and providing, as I told you. So it was just providing and education. But that I would also need to plan for my future, for the marriage, was not until I met you, honestly speaking. So that was not even in my radar at that point of time because it was just survival for me. So then when you came into my life as an advisor is when it became more clearer that I have to plan a lot of things. So back then it was nothing. So when you say what pushed me, what courage, so it was just, I had no other choice but to go into it.
That means it is like that generally when we go for swimming and when you have to jump, there is no option because you want to learn swimming. So first of all, you'll have to jump in the water. And that fear, that particular phase we have to pass and we have to jump so that we can learn. जैसे बोलते हैं ना, पहले हाथ पांव मारने ही पड़ेंगे तब जाके हम स्विमिंग सीख पाएंगे. So it was just like that. Now you have to take that decision. Maybe you had to take it proactively. Okay, now I'll have to think about myself. Okay. So as you said that when you met me, you were completely new to the word finance itself. Okay. So how did you find that process of first understanding what is required, why it is required, how it has to be done, and in your busy schedule you had to plan all those things. So how was your journey? I would like to know.
Like, when you ended previous question when you asked me and you said about ki kudna hi padta hai. So for me, you turned out to be that coach, and so when you were like there, so I knew that I could trust you, which was very important for me. So all the terminologies, like when you talked about SIPs and finance and all that, it was all because of you that I learned this. Otherwise, I was like completely a clean slate. And I had, as I told you, that I had just started my career then. So it was you who told me as to how you can build it, gradually, in process-wise. You don't have to invest a lot of money. So for me, then it became much more easier. It became much more doable, and I have to just invest a little chunk of it. So it was not overwhelming for me. So I think that was one of the things that that really helped me.
So I still remember I had told you that Lekha, if given an opportunity to me as an advisor, you need to keep that kind of patience for the first 1 year or 2 years to actually see the portfolio. That is how you are beginning, how you are staying disciplined while investing. Then when you see, okay, fine, this particular thing we have done in your portfolio, right? So how was your feeling at that point of time while viewing your portfolio?
So see, initially I wouldn't even know how it looks, what it is and all that. But then I think you were also gradually showing it to me. You were also sending it to me weekly, then probably you're also sending it to me monthly. That's when you also started explaining to me about, okay, this is how much you have gained, these are the units, this is the net asset value. So all these were really Greek and Latin for me. But then once you started, and then when I started seeing that, okay, the figures are changing, it's growing, that kind of pushes you, that kind of reinforces you to okay, so that was also a reward for me to okay, I can do more, I can chip in more, save more, invest more. So I think for me, the portfolio again, from being Greek and Latin to and knowing, okay, this is working, this is great.
Okay, so to a certain extent, what is my vision in life to empower women in their financial journey and to gain that kind of financial freedom. I really appreciate that your trust with me could build that kind of wealth in the journey. So generally what happens that during market volatility, okay, now when we are investing into mutual funds, we know that it is risk oriented. You know that mutual funds are subject to market risk. So whenever market volatility is there, and we have seen in the past 1.5 year, the market has been very much volatile. So generally, many of my clients say, should we pause the SIPs? Should we stop the SIPs? What should we do? Any such thing. So what was your experience during these tough times?
So I would just say that you are not only empowering me financially, but you're also making me literate financially. So I remember even during the initial phases of any market volatility, so when I would call you, what you would tell me is that just be calm, just be patient, and market volatility is a moment of opportunity. It's when you can buy more units. So even realizing that now, so even now when all these things, in these unstable times when things are very volatile, I'm like absolutely assured, and I'm knowing that I'm collecting more units. This piece of advice that you have given me, so it's during these times, these are the times when I don't check my portfolio. Okay, so this is one piece of advice that you had given me and which I'm following till date. So whenever there is a market volatility is at moment, then I'm not seeing my portfolio and I'm knowing that I'm collecting more units. So I'm relaxed. So it's like, so I would like to really give that credit to you also, to be able to be calm under these situations also, financially also, it's due to you. So I think, yeah, it's important.
So that means you think that simplicity is always the key to each and everything.
Yeah.
May it be your daily routine or maybe your portfolio, some big things in life. Simplicity is what really works well. So today, when you have already empowered yourself financially in your career, also you're doing well. Okay, the kind of wealth we are building, that also is growing. So what message you would try to pass on to your daughters as regards to self-building, building strength, and never depending on someone else for our own survival?
See, here I'd like to add a metaphor. So when you are flying in a plane and the oxygen mask that is given, so the instructions that they give is very clear and specific, and they say when you get the oxygen mask, make sure you put it on yourself first before you put it on anybody who's dependent, even
Correct.
if it's a child.
Yeah.
So I think it's very important for us to take care of ourselves, so then you are able to take care of others. And I think this is the message that I constantly give to my daughters also, and they're also seeing what I'm doing. So it's like it's also, as you said, values are not taught, it's taught. So then even they have seen in this journey of how it was leading a life of a little bit of being inhibited and not doing a lot of things, to now when they are seeing how we're building wealth and how they are also feeling free. I think the message to them is very clear that finance is also a road to freedom.
Correct.
So I think what more as a message that I can give them, chalking out this own journey.
Yeah. So as we generally say that we have realized this particular thing, that financial freedom, how important it is in our 40s, right? So the same, we don't want that our next generation, the Gen Zs, they should walk our path where we had a late realization, right? So from beginning, when they are taking education, they are building up their careers, and they are starting with their first business, or maybe they are working with someone, the first thing what they should start is their own financial planning. So what do you think that me being an advisor with you for the past 8 years, right? The kind of wealth what we could together build, right? So was it possible if it was to be done by yourself or with advisor?
I mean, I've been like telling throughout my interview that, for me, I was like totally illiterate financially, and for me, you were like that coach or that swimmer guide, I wouldn't have been able to tide these waters without your support. So no way that you can. It's always important to have an advice of a person who's very genuine, who's very trustworthy. I would also not feel very pushed, so you would also give me that space so that I wouldn't feel pushed or pressured, and I could always come back to you, like, okay, I have this much amount, what do I do? So having that kind of a backing or that support is really important. Also helped is you were also aligning with my emotional needs. You were also knowing what stage of my life I was in. So you were trying to, so you were like that tailor who doesn't have one fit for all. You know, you
Correct.
would like, you would know what my needs were emotionally, in what state, my financial goals, and you would like chalk out a plan according to that. So it completely aligned even to my emotional needs, which was aligning with that.
Yeah.
So I think I wouldn't have been able to do it without you.
Okay.
So I would like, probably everybody needs.
Okay. As we need to consult, if when it comes to health, we need to consult you,
Of
right?
course,
So
yeah.
so building that kind of financial wealth, certainly, because what happens, there are so many risks, so many investment products in the market, but what suits us? Like if I'm having a headache,
Yeah.
okay, I can go to a chemist and I can just take a medicine.
Yeah.
But suppose if it is prolonged,
Yeah.
then of course I need a specialist so that I get cured holistically. So what do you think? Depending on someone else for financial security, isn't it very risky nowadays? Because as financial independence, what we say, and has become a necessity, not a choice for each and every woman. So what's your thoughts on this?
I think it's really important because you really can't depend on somebody else. And just as our parents were, like especially moms, I could see that she would always be dependent on my dad. You know, like okay, whether can I do it this time? Can I buy this right now? Can I go for this right now? So, but like, and I had seen that how her needs or her demands would be stalled. You know, but then I would not wish to be like that even on my children. So I would want to see to it that I could take care of myself physically also as well as financially also. So I think depending on somebody else, it's not advisable. So definitely it's a choice also, I would say, but it is definitely a necessity as well.
What message you would like to give to the women who are watching this video, who are waiting for the right time to start investing?
I would feel it's now or never, because you always have a tendency to procrastinate otherwise. And financial independence is almost like you're having your own car, but then there is somebody else behind the steering wheel. So then you'd have to depend on that person to take you where he or she wishes to take you. So if you have your car, it's important that you are behind those wheels yourself. So financial independence is important.
Thank you, Dr. Lekha, for a wonderful discussion we had today on why financial planning is exclusively very important for each and every woman to do it on herself and for herself. Stay tuned for our next episode of Charisma in Real Life. Thank you so much.
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risk. Read all scheme related documents carefully.